U.S. home prices soared in January. According to a new price home index, prices rose more than 11% in January compared to a year earlier. That's the fastest increase in 7 years. Analysts say the pandemic has largely fueled the increase as people chose to move from urban apartments to suburban homes, even as the supply for those homes shrank. Experts say it's not yet clear whether the trend will fade as the pandemic gets under control or whether a shift to the suburbs will be permanent. Hyundai is offering drivers a chance to save some money by sharing their driving habits. The automaker is the latest to promote usage-based insurance programs where drivers share behind-the-wheel data in exchange for discounts. Drivers can calculate their driving score through Hyundai's Blue Link, potentially earning behavior-based savings from insurers on the exchange. 1 year after coronavirus outbreaks on ships docked, the cruise industry plans are in place to set sail once again. Experts say pent-up demand could signal some relief for companies struggling to stay afloat. Seema Modi has the story.
The first major coronavirus outbreak happened last February on board the Diamond Princess in Japan. 700 people were infected and 9 ultimately died as passengers were left stranded on board for weeks on end. A year later, most cruise lines are still docked, while many of their crews waited out at sea. Captain Kate McHugh has been on board this Celebrity Edge ship for a total of 320 days off the coast of the Bahamas.
A lot of times I get the question, how come you don't just dock the ship and everybody go home? And the reason why is because if you rest, you rust. So we're all here maintaining the ship. We went from a crew of 1,320. Currently, we're 107 on board.
The job losses have added up. More than 50% of U.S. jobs tied to the cruise industry have been lost. Despite the suspension, loyal cruise travelers are eager to get back on board. Review site Cruise Critics saw a more than 55% increase in cruise shoppers in the first 2 months of 2021.
What you're seeing is enthusiasm about the pace of the vaccine coming out.
But the $150 billion industry is making changes. COVID testing on board, required temperature checks, the beloved buffet no longer self-serve, and sailings will be much shorter, at least in the beginning.
A lot of them have their own islands in the Bahamas, which are essentially a bubble where they can control the vaccinations, they can control the testing, and naturally we're going to need Mexico.
Vaccines could be what ultimately gets the cruise lines back to sea. Norwegian Cruise and Royal Caribbean are requiring all crew to be vaccinated, but the industry is still deciding whether they'll do the same with passengers. An astronaut's heart a quarter too small. Is it possible? And how did it happen? Details when Valley News Live at 4 continues.